Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, there will be time for reflection, certainly as the season goes on, but for what might be the final time in the East Bay, it is opening night of the NFL season here in Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put... How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go from Oakland. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State. The former Spartan, it's Kirk Cousins.
Forget the measurables. His temperament, which is so even-keeled, often masks a burning desire to win and perform. This guy takes it seriously when he lines up to play, and usually he puts on a nice performance.
Here's a guy coming off a strong rookie season, Gus Edwards. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Breaks it. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
Yeah, it was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Cousins now to throw on first down. He'll throw complete to Gus Edwards. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Gus Edwards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now a 7-0 game. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with an Oakland touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" cornerback.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. I thought the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. The linebacker C.J. Mosley in on the stop. And we look at this offense now, and Zach Martin will be important for this team today.
He's so good, Brandon, that you can play him at any position, the offensive line, and I think he's a Pro Bowl player at each spot.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Allen to throw it. Caught here by Griffin. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And we take a look now at the defense for the Raiders.
When you're the #1 overall pick in the NFL draft of 2017, puts a little extra scrutiny. Defensive end Myles Garrett is certainly used to it. In 2018, came into his own his 2nd year in the league with 13.5 sacks and really expects to increase that total in the years to come.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack. And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Taking it about the 16. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Now on 2nd and 13. Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there on the catch and run, and even 60 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone, I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw, Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Anthony Miller there to make. The grab, and the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Lambeau on for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Joe Mixon. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5 now. Allen. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 22-yard line.
Here we go. 10-2 stop. Check. Kill. Coaching, spill. Hey, echo. Check.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Cut. Check.
First down, here's White. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Well, unless there's a postseason meeting later in the year, this is most likely the final time that the Broncos and Raiders will play in Oakland. Of course, so much history between the two since their inaugural season in the AFL back in 1960. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
Check nickel. Check 4.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. Green brings it in. And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Tighten up.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. They'll give it to Mixon, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys are back within a single score. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that will get him one closer. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that? Blitz coming, and down he goes. K.J. Wright gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. On second down, it's Edwards. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Cousins to throw it. And that is incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3-and-out.
Broncos coming hard, and it's blocked. It's picked up, and this is a live ball, remember. And all the way home for a Broncos score. As his guys are in for 6, and the Broncos have taken the lead.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Now McManus for the extra point. And the lead is now 2. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Look at DJ Chark as he and the rest of the offense head back out. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times it's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On the counter, it's Edwards. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Edwards now on 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On second down now, it's Edwards. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. The Raiders on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And connecting here with DJ Shark. There he goes, right side. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. DJ Shark. 61 yards. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good.
Hey, wahoo!
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Go.
On first down, Alec. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's second down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Throwing is Allen on third. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Defense.
Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. Now Cousins completes it to Miller. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and they're going to have a third down. The Raiders on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Cousins. The catch made by Miller. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Cousins now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. Looking to throw on second down. Cousins try to drop one in, but it's incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And it's third down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
On third down, Cousins dumps off to Powell. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long.
56, the mark, boys. 56. Check 56. Silver, silver. Mark 56. Mark 56. Check right, check right. Deuce. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Throwing on third and long. Allen. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. To throw again on second down. Cousins. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. Cousins from the gun on third. Open is Powell. That's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Cousins now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's first and 10. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Here's Riley Dixon now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Allen now on first down. He's going to look deep for Edelman. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Edelman was the intended target, but it'll be second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. A final shot before half for Allen. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
So we have reached halftime here in the final game of opening weekend 2019. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where you see the final score there. Lamar Jackson, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. John Ross, well over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. 27-12 was your final. In the game you're watching, it's been Kirk Cousins with a hot hand in the first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front. As we hand things back